Hey guys, it seems I arrived early. What is up, Soup High? What's going on, bud? Alrighty. How's everybody doing tonight? I was able to start. Oh, I'm still early. Look at that. It's not even 6 o'clock yet. So, I left to work a little bit later than normal. Had to finish some work. Oh, we got some Burt's Bees for the lips. Burt's Bees. It wasn't too bad. Can't complain. I installed an upgrade I did. Yeah, pretty good. I mean, I did some work today. I was feeling a little sick earlier, but I feel better now. Had me a pretty good lunch and then lost my phone and then was able to find it. And yeah, it was just, oh, it was a fun day today. Speaking of, my charger is over there. Un momento, por favor. Let's go back to this real quick. Hold on a second, guys. Alright, sorry about that. Let's making a whole bunch of noise off set here. Or off camera. What am I calling my room a set? It's not a set. You are sick. No, you're sick. Here we go. New from Saturday Night Live, Women of Congress. Nope. I don't remember signing up to hear those notifications on SNL. Let me take care of that real quick. SNL. Oh, that's SNO. SNL. And nope. Yeah, I'm definitely. You'll get occasions. None. No occasions. I don't want SNL occasions or SNL information. I got 9 inbox. How are you? KLOL. New Best Simple Cooking Channel. How's your delay, Bubba? Join the stream. Just message Jason, tell him to join my stream. Let's bring that down a little. Oh, jeez. Let's do this. Let's go to camera. Let's drag you down just ever so. That works. I like that. When will you play GeoGuessr with us? I don't know. I don't want to make. I don't want to make any promises. I'm sorry. I don't know when I'll play GeoGuessr. What do I have? 9. Chappie is not spooky, but it should be hold you over. It's not spooky, but it should hold you over. What? What is he talking about? Hello, Chappie. Nice to meet you. Your new friend is here. Heart, heart, and yo, Chap. I want to hear your spooky stories. What is, oh, jeez. Ernest. Yeah. What is it, Bubba? Chappie's not spooky, but you should hold it over. Ernie. Good old Ernie Four Farts. Alrighty. We can close that. Now we need to get the... Jeez. Jeez Louise, look at me. I'm not even ready for you guys. How's y'all's days going? It's really fun. Bark, bark. Oh, I don't doubt that it's not fun. Volume's turned up. I can press play again. I doubt it. I don't doubt it's not fun, but when I'm not doing this, I'm working, or I'm sleeping, or it's special time. Or no, really, I mean, I work full time and I stream almost full time. So, how many hours a week do I do streaming? Let's see here. Let's do 248, 240, 155, 4, 746. 4. I gotta. Someone got a calculator? Let me know when you got a calculator brought up. At least watch a video. You can at least watch a video about it. No, I'd rather play it. I just have to have time. It's been a good day cleaning out my attic. Anything creepy up there? Anything I can tell a story about? That'd be fun, huh? Any of your dolls do anything creepy? Love a creepy doll. It's weird when I put the Burt's Bees on for the first time. It always feels rough. I still feel rough. What the hell? Like I want to take some sandpaper to my lips. It puts the Burt's Bees on its lips, or else it gets the, I don't know. No install needed whatsoever. It's a Google Street View based. Yeah, you can stop selling it now, bud. Like really, just stop selling it. No, I understand the game. You got to guess where you're at and stuff like that. I mean, it's pretty much in the name of it. But if I have a slow day at work, I'll probably play with you. How's that sound? We have those sometimes. We would have today had my install not been go. But it was fun doing the install. Ooh, mint. Sonic mint. They're tasty. I don't want to... Sorry, Dangerous. You know I love you, though. You know I do. So I got a... when I go up there, I have to... What the crap? I told you, no more. No. 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 I just gotta... I'm gonna unsubscribe from SNL. That just happened. Warned me 437 times. I will stop selling it. I'm sorry, buddy. When I go up there, I have to say, it's only me. And when I leave, I always say bye, but it feels like someone is there as you feel a presence up there. Yeah, you never know. You really don't. You know, if Funny is in here, he would, you know, disagree with that, but that's fine. You just really never know. So does anybody have a calculator? I got a calculator. I can do the math. Let's see. I'm going to say 2.5. In your head sometimes. 2.5. 1.5 plus 4 plus 7.5 plus 4 plus 3 plus 3.5 plus in 6 days I've streamed 28 hours plus or minus. Merry Cruise 24K. What's happening? Hi. You now have a wrench. We're just waiting for this to pick up just a little bit. I better tell people I'm streaming. Smiley. They need to make a creepy smiley. I mean, I would like that. Hey, Holly. So we got Merry Cruise 24K, Cougar Blue, Holly Cardello, Dangerous YouTuber Pre-Evolution. I knew we had Supai in here. Where'd Supai go? He leave already? He does that. He's sneaky. And that's all that have said hi so far. But hello, people. We have 8 people in here. Just not all 8 are talking. But that's alright. Feeling like I'm going insane. Don't go insane, bud. Do not go insane. I should have apostrophated that. Let me fix that. There we go. Fix the stream. Hey, Supai. So I got a claim against me on some of the music I was playing by the Vivisectors. So I will not play those guys anymore. I didn't like their music anyways. Like rockabilly crap. So I'm just gonna play this stuff, which I think is fun. Yeah. Yeah, this will work for now. Until I get better music. I will not forgive that troll. Oh yeah, yesterday we had a troll in here. Being a bit of a jerk. We don't allow that in here. Error, you're not logged in. Okay. Close that too. Well, we can stop talking about it, you know, because, awareness is key, but, you know, we don't have to talk about the bad memories anymore. We can talk about the bad memories I make for you now, if that's okay. So as normal, I'm back on the Creepypasta Wiki. I think today we're going to go for demon/devil. I am Nightmare. That's a healthy one. Oh, that's a real healthy one. Oh, but people are saying it's the best pasta they've ever read in their life. I'm going to have to read it. Like usual, if you guys want to follow along to my stammering and stuttering, that's the story I want to read. It's a long one. It's time-based. So before every section starts, I'll say a date. But not for every paragraph. Oh no, it's just when I'm about to go to bed. Oh no. Alright, well, we got the light all wrong. I'm about to say oh no because I don't know where my remote is. There it is. And if y'all are still wondering, I still have cotton candy left. And if you're new here, don't ask. I just wanted cotton candy. Red light. Not akin to the same red light you see in other countries. My red light's for creepiness, not for sexy time. But here we go. This is, I have to warn you guys, this is non-safe for work content warning. So if you have a problem with that, exactly, Amsterdam. If you have a problem with that, please let me know now. I'll try to curtail the cursing as much as I can, but some cuss words just have to go. Not necessarily kinky. I don't know what... I have not pre-read these stories. To make this more professional, I probably should. I'm not going to lie to you. I'd be like, oh yeah, this is a great story we're going to read for you today. No, if they're crappy, I read them. I'm right with you. I'm like, that was kind of crappy. Or, ooh, that was spooky. So, let's get into it. December 2nd, 2006. Hello. I'm beginning my own online journal. These thoughts shall not be made public until I'm ready to share them. There we go. I'm already starting the stammering. My name is Archer Hives. I'm a 19-year-old male, and I come from a small town in Wisconsin. The name of the town shall remain unnamed. I spent almost my entire life in an orphanage after my parents died when I was 9 years old. I'm a painter. I have a lot of nightmares, so I usually paint what I see. Monsters. A few months ago, I had gone through drug rehab, and I had finally conquered my addictions. I'm going to be showing you guys pictures also as I get them. Now that I've moved to Florida to start fresh, I got a job at a cafe just a few blocks away from where I live. It's a small house, not too far away from the laundromat next to the cafe. The outside of my house is nice, but the inside's a little creepy. It almost feels lifeless and empty. Paint was peeling off the walls. There was no carpet or anything, just a concrete floor. Strangely enough, the place was creepier with the lights on rather than when they were off. It was haunting, but it felt like home. I left it as it was, with no expectation of the windows. Exception of the windows? That's exception. The windows had no blinds, so I covered them with black coat of paint. I always hated the idea of someone watching. But then again, I always feel watched. And that's actually the reason I made this blog. Some strange things have been happening lately. I keep hearing these strange voices. I'm burpy, guys, sorry. Not sure if I'm hearing things or not. Sometimes I get this strange feeling. My vision blurs until everything looks blue. My hands become numb and my head begins to hurt. It's not like a headache. It's more like someone rested an iron on the back of my head and left it like that. Sometimes I see strange people doing strange things, and sometimes I get an erection at these strange times. Yeah, okay. That just... I'll keep making updates whenever something strange happens. I've had problems like these before when I was a kid, but they now seem worse than before. Yeah, so it might be that kind of NSFW. Cougar called it. She totally did. December 9th, 2006. Hello again. I've been working at the local cafe, working more hours, and I just want you to know that my boss scares the F out of me. He's tall, skinny, dressed in all black, has long dark bushy hair, and most of all, he talks with an electrolarynx. Hello, if you didn't know. The sound of his voice intrudes the strange feelings I've been having. Thankfully, he doesn't talk that much. No wonder I'm the only other employee. Too many people come into our cafe with the exception of the weirdos who show up late at night. I actually like those guys. They remind me of myself sometimes. I especially like this really pretty girl who shows up every night. Her name is Lola. She tends to wear a lot of dark makeup and piercings. She often dyes her hair all kinds of colors. I've never been too interested in girls, but talking to her numbs the weird feelings. January 8th, 2007. Strange things happened last night. Someone broke into my house. 2 men wearing Halloween masks. I passed out when I heard them smash my window in the kitchen. I remember jumping out of bed, but everything went black. This morning I woke up in the kitchen covered in blood, not mine. I ran to the bathroom, and there he was. One of the men was stark naked. His teeth and his eyes seemed to have been removed by a pair of toenail clippers. I know because the clippers were on the bathroom floor in a puddle of blood. I wasn't able to find the eyes and teeth. I was horrified. I found the other guy laying in my bed with a hammer sticking from his forehead. I took the bodies to the attic and left them there. These strange feelings are building up inside of me. I can feel them. Something told me to take them up to the attic. Literally, I heard someone's voice tell me to take the bodies to the attic and leave them there. I'm scared and I don't know what to do or what happened. It's almost time to go to work. Maybe that girl will get my mind off of it. January 14th, 2007. Holy crap. I had completely forgotten about the bodies in the attic. I decided to take them out back and burn them. I put them in trash bags and took them to the dumpster behind the convenience store. I don't understand how I could have forgotten. It was like something was blocking it from my mind. Even as I took the bodies to my car, I kept forgetting what I was doing. January 20th, 2007. The time is 2:51 a.m. Something woke me up, but I don't know what. I thought someone was nudging me and whispering for me to wake up. I jumped and turned on the lights, but I was all alone. I've spoken a lot with the neighbors, and they actually thought nobody lived in my house. I haven't done much decorating in the house since I moved in. In fact, all I've done is bring my stuff inside and paint the windows. I also noticed that I haven't hanged any of my paintings up on the walls. I decided to hang up 2 of the paintings in an empty room in the house. One of them is a humanoid goat monster silhouette. I call it David. Everybody say hi to David. The other painting was a young boy with his eyes gouged. I call it Billy. I put them on the opposite walls so they could face each other, facing me. This is Billy. Oh yeah. Good looking kid. February 2nd, 2007. I don't know why, but I decided to walk to work. Oh, no. I decided to go for a walk. I'm just making up shit. It's really late, and there aren't many people out in the neighborhood. At least not this time of night. I saw a young girl walking down the street. That feeling was back. This time, it was much stronger than before. I felt my legs were going to fall off. I hid in the bushes. I couldn't control myself. She was talking on her cell phone. From what I could gather, she was a prostitute. I thought she was very attractive, but I kept having thoughts of her naked body laying in a pool of blood. If you think that's bad, you're about to become more disgusted. I got sick of listening to her talk. I looked around to find whatever was close by, whatever close by weapon I could find. I saw a metal pipe sticking out of a nearby garage can. Now, when I was younger, I was real sneaky, and I was able to find out secrets. I snuck over the garbage and got the pipe. I followed the girl for a while, but listening to her whiny voice drove me nuts, and I just knocked her in the head with the pipe. Thank God she wasn't dead, just knocked out. I wanted to have fun with this B word. Oh yeah, it's gonna be that kind of NSFW. Sorry guys. If you want me to stop, I will. I took her back to my house and tossed her body into my bathtub. I stripped her nude. My mind was racing. I spent the next hour or so waiting for her to wake the F up. I spent most of the time playing around with her body. Such a beautiful body, had such an ugly mind. She began to open her eyes and mumble. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to do the vile waste of trash that laid before me. Not sure what I was going to be able to do to the vile waste of trash that laid before me. Shooting her would be nice. Cutting her wrist wide open would be too nice. After that small debate, I knew what I needed to do. I took my box cutter and left a huge cut in her torso from her breast all the way down to her. The blood squirting down her legs and between her breasts was the best experience I've ever had in my pathetic little life. But it was ruined when she opened her mouth. She wouldn't stop screaming. I can't stand that. I was reminded of how ugly she was on the inside, and I had another good idea. I stuck my hands deep in her belly and tore out whatever inside I could. I made her just as ugly on the outside as she was on the inside. Now she was dead. I now had an idea of my own. I was going to do that waste of flesh. If I was going to do that waste of flesh, bones of favor. Sorry guys. I'll do a favor as well. I'll do myself a favor as well. I looked in the mirror and decided to make outside equal to my inside. I shaved my whole head, including my eyebrows. I took some makeup that was in the girl's purse and smeared 2 dark circles around my eyes. It was the real me. I appeared more true to my inner self than I had seen before. This guy's, this is terrible. Y'all want me to keep going? Are y'all listening? Do I still got people here? It's, we are not even halfway. We might be halfway. No, we're not even halfway. No complaints. We'll keep going. Unless there's like a crazy delay. Just join the party. Hey, Hope, you might not want to hear this story. This is a really gruesome one. You might want to cover your eyes for the time being. I don't know if I should finish it or not. I'm going to press on as best as I can. No, don't be sorry. I'm sorry if you get upset over the story. You already missed the gross part. One of them. February 3rd, 2007. Holy God, holy Jesus. What the F is going on? I did not write that last post. So here's what happened. I went for a walk last night and I passed out. When I woke up, my head was shaved and there was a dead naked woman in the effing bathroom. I don't know what's going on. I swear this was a dream. I guess I'll just take the body to the attic. I feel like that's the only place bodies can ever go. I'm not going to work today. February 9th, 2007. The paintings. David and Billy, they spoke to me. I heard one voice wake me up. It sounded like an elderly man. I went to the room that I put the paintings in. David was speaking to me. I don't know how, but the painting was speaking to me. He told me everything, whatever it was. It said that I'm a killer. It said that my entire purpose of existence is to collect souls for the devil. I don't know how to respond. How does one respond to a talking painting, especially one that tells you to kill people? For a while, I wanted to listen, but then the other painting, Billy, started talking. It had a child's voice, and it told me that I don't have to be the devil's servant, and that I can break free. David kept interrupting Billy, so I couldn't understand. One thing was for sure, my paintings are alive. One seems to want me to kill, and the other wants me to stop and to think for myself. It was so scary and yet interesting. I didn't want to believe the goat on the wall. I don't even believe in that religious garbage. I know I'm not crazy. I know the paintings and I know the paintings are actually talking. I'll make another update tomorrow. February 10th, 2007. The paintings aren't talking to me now. I know I heard them talking. I don't know why they aren't doing it now. I would occasionally hear voices in my head, but that's about it. The weird feelings have stopped. I guess they know I understand the message. According to them, I'm possessed, or some shit like that murderer is on the only way out. I'm not getting that feeling anymore, but I feel like I'm going to vomit. February 13th, 2007. I went back to work. For some reason, my boss didn't seem to notice that I've done to myself. He never once questioned why I shaved my head, or the dark makeup I've been smearing around my eyes. He went home early and wanted me to work overtime. We only got one customer that whole time, a young man that must have been around 15 years old. Dark, sweaty hair, zit-ridden face. Yeah, he looks like every other customer who walks in here. He ordered 2 waffles and an orange soda. He had a very bitter sigh. He was very bitter and sighed a lot. When he read his bill, he said, $10 in the most obnoxious and idiotic way possible. I hated that damn kid. I hoped nobody would walk in during the murder. I punched him in the face, and then I took a knife from the kitchen and carved his head like a jack-o'-lantern. He got blood all over my apron. I was so pissed about that, and cleaning blood off the table and the floor was miserable. My boss came back later because he left his wallet by the register, the poor idiot. Sometimes I just want to snap his neck. Try talking now, you old sack of crap. However, I really needed this job, so I didn't kill him. He's too powerful to kill anyway. His hideousness keeps me strong inside. I left work and went to the convenience store to get a soda. April 3rd, 2007. I'm sorry, more than a month has gone by. For a while, I'd completely forgotten about the blog, and I haven't been able to get to my laptop. I'm actually surprised that nobody notices the things I've been doing. I've killed about 5 people since my last update. I don't want to hurt people, but I can't help myself. That goat is in control of me now. David tells me that I'll be much more powerful if I continue killing people. I can't take it anymore. I'm sweating very hard right now. I keep looking in the mirror, and I don't see myself anymore. My hair keeps growing, and I keep shaving. The dark makeup is giving my eyes the appearance of 2 empty sockets. I stopped buying new clothes. Now I only wear 1 pair of tight jeans and 1 black sweater with orange stripes. Despite the different, static, depressing look, it makes me feel alive. I've not painted lately. I think I just heard some noise outside. I'll update tomorrow. April 4th, 2007. Alright, so last night, while I was updating the blog, someone was wandering around the outside of my house. That's why my last update ended so abruptly. It was a teenage boy with blonde hair and a football jacket. He was talking to himself, swearing and kicking the dumpster outside of my house. For some reason, he didn't seem to notice me as I walked up to him. I slashed his throat with a knife. He fell to the ground and went into a seizure. I had no idea slashing someone's throat could do that. Despite losing so much blood, he wouldn't die. He just squirmed around a lot on the ground. I dumped his body in the dumpster and just left him there. This afternoon I went back out to the dumpster, but he wasn't there. Was it a dream? April 18th, 2007. After my last update, I put those 2 paintings in different rooms. I left David on the wall and took Billy into the bedroom. Billy spoke to me. He said that he was worried about my life. I was going down the wrong path. I hate David, so Billy is my comfort in this house. I was able to open myself up to him. He has no eyes, but he's able to see me better than anyone else. He said that if I separated him and David, he would be able to protect me. The catch is, David would be more powerful and had the strength to harm me physically. Much more to my surprise, things seem to have gotten weirder. Before I go on, I'd like to point out that I don't plan on calling for help anytime soon. To hell with the cops and doctors. I refuse to ever listen to a doctor again. I'd rather face my own problems like a man, without some overpaid idiots making my life worse. So last night, around 11:30 p.m., I heard a strange noise coming from the attic. I was freaked out, so I ran up there with a hammer. It was dark, but I needed to know if someone had broken into my house. Nobody was there. But that was my worst fear. All the dead bodies were gone as well. I hid so many bodies up there, but they were gone. I saw a shadow move closer to the door. Out of fear that someone was messing with me, I swung around the hammer blindly, hoping to hit whatever was frightening me. I don't remember what happened after that. All I remember after was getting knocked to the ground. I woke up around 3:44 a.m. I woke up naked, sweating. My lower lip is split, scratches on my chest. I don't remember what happened. April 20th, 2007. While at work, I was trying desperately hard to hold back my tears in my eyes. I felt so scared. I didn't know what would happen next. David was shouting at me to kill, but I refused. He threatens me every night around 4:30 a.m. Lola showed up in order her usual. She noticed me crying. I didn't want her to see me like this, but she asked me to sit with her and wanted to know what was wrong. I lied and said that I was cold, or I had a cold. She can tell she knew I was lying. We sat and talked for a while. She didn't leave until 6:30. She told me that she wanted to hang out sometime. I accepted. Her company had always been a delight. I'm not the same when I'm around her. Maybe she could. I don't know. April 21st, 2007. I was talking to Billy. Now it told me that David ate the bodies in the attic and attacked me when I went up there. He tried to kill me when I went up there, and Billy saved me before he could finish me. This whole time, I thought I was possessed. Now I think I'm just a freak. Paintings coming out of their canvases in physical form? That's insane. Billy kept telling me that I'm not insane, and I told him about the conversation me and Lola had. He advised me to take her on a date and stay on my best behavior. I'll take his advice. At least, I hope I can. April 29th, 2007. I took Lola to the fancy restaurant downtown. The last time I spent this much money, I was getting my fix after rehab. Not once did I get a strange feeling the whole night. I was just fine, and so was she. After eating, I took her down to the docks 2 blocks away from my house. The place was so quiet and peaceful when it was dark. Every time I'm there, I have this warm feeling that nothing can harm me. I was happy to stay with someone I cared about. I was happy to share it with someone I cared about. Hey, John. We hung out for a while and watched the sunrise. I walked her home, and that was that. When I got home, the place felt different. Not different as in haunted, but different as in nothing was there. I didn't feel any other entities in the house. No voices in my head, no strange hallucinations. No, nothing. For the first time in months, I felt alone in my home. May 10th, 2007. I seriously thought things had changed. Nope. In fact, things are worse than they've ever been. After my last update, I went to bed. When I woke up, I felt my skin burning in whips. I felt like I was in hell. The house felt like it was shaking. David was threatening me both mentally and physically. He kept threatening that the devil was going to spend all of eternity tearing my soul apart. I've been having endless dreams where I'm in the pits of hell. I'm unharmed, but every time everyone I've killed is there, and they're being tortured. They'll be tortured forever. I'm possessed. I'm not crazy. I keep killing people against my will. It's like someone is placing a knife in my hand and holding it in my arm so I'll swing down. It's typing hateful things into the blog and claiming it to be me. That's why I haven't updated lately. They haven't been letting me. I don't know why but they are evil. I don't know who but they are evil. May 27th, 2007. For some reason, the strange things have stopped. I feel free. That can't be good, because that's when the bad stuff happens. This is the calm before the storm. Everybody still there, or are y'all sleeping? May 28th, 2007. Hello, I'm in control again. As long as that piece of shit stays out of my way, I can run things properly from now on. I decided it was time to pay a visit to the cemetery. It's always been very well out there. The screaming all the eternally damned souls is just so comforting. The sound of them screaming, knowing that there's no hope for them. I can even masturbate to it. That's why I've started spending so much time out there. Nobody can hear the voices, but I can. As I was about to leave, I noticed something interesting. I saw a grave. It had not been buried yet. For some reason, the coffin was down in the hole. I climbed down and opened the coffin. There was a skeleton inside. proceeded to stomp on the bones. I didn't care if someone saw me. I've never had so much fun in my entire life. I know it's a bit of an immature thing to do, but I've been locked away in his mind for so long. I've had a lot of catching up to do. The sun was going down, so I left him there. So I left, and here I am. Felt like deleting his blog, but it's so fun to write. I can't wait till he knows the truth. Maybe now humans will stop covering the truth and fear the spirits of hell once again. All who die in my hands are damned. Archer killed his parents when he was a kid. I made him kill the ones he loved, and I'll do it again. I wonder how much Lola will enjoy the heat. June 21st, 2007. We're almost done, guys. I've been too scared to leave my house. I quit my job, and I've spent most of this time locked in my house, either crying or painting. Last night was the first time I left my house in a week. I saw a dog. It didn't have a license or anything. It just looked like a dog that I had when I was a kid. I tried to stay away from the dog, but it came up to me and started licking my hand. It acted as though it knew me. I pet the dog on the head, and I didn't want to hurt. I pulled a knife from my pocket and buried the blade in the dog's neck. This is the second time I've done this to a dog. I feel like doing the same thing to myself, but I just can't do it. You guys okay? Nobody's talking. June 22nd, 2007. I just got back from the grocery store. I tried to avoid leaving the house, but there was no food in the fridge, and I needed to go shopping. I ran into Lola in the freezer section. She wanted to know why I quit my job. I lied and told her the boss became too frightening, and she agreed. She had noticed that we don't see each other as much anymore, and when we do, we always go to her house. She wanted to know if she could spend some time at my house for a change. I didn't want to, but she insisted. The spirit took over. It made me tell her to bring a few friends. It wasn't until she was gone that the spirit let me go. I know what they're trying to do. I don't know how to stop it. It just keeps getting in the way. I think they planned this. I kept asking Billy questions about what he can do. He said all he can do is take control, but I don't know how. He said all I could do is take control. Sorry, but I don't know how. Breaking free has already become a pain in the ass. I'm myself as I type this, but I still hear the weird voices when I'm in control. I can even hear the voices now. When I'm asleep, I only see the ones who have been speaking to me in my nightmares. They're horrible monsters. I can see these big shadows with glowing eyes. They just smile at me, as if they're proud of what I'm doing. I wonder if they'll smile about the plan I'm doing. Hey, McSoy. June 23rd, 2007. I'm done. It's 11:45 a.m. I'm covered in cuts and bruises, and I'm finished. It's Saturday, and Lola and her friends, Evan and Jenna, were over here. It started out nice. We talked for a while, and I showed them my paintings. Lola didn't know that I'm a painter. She was very happy to look at them. I made them dinner, and we just watched TV for a while. For about 4 hours. The voices started happening. Billy called for help. I rushed to my bedroom to find him torn down. The canvas was torn apart. It drove me mad. I lost control. I grabbed my knife and hid up in the attic, waiting for Lola and her friends to find me. It took them a while. I guess they didn't know I had an attic. The attic door was open. It was Jenna. I pulled her up into the attic. I threw her to the ground and drove my knife deeply into the lower half of her jaw, making its way to the brain. If the cops read this, she's in the attic. She's obviously dead. After that, I climbed down the attic and went to the bathroom. Lola was outside. I guess she thought I went out back. Evan was in the bathroom. I opened the door, and he asked where I was, and said the others were looking for me. I noticed he hadn't zipped his pants back up yet before I could. Before he could, I grabbed the knife from my pocket and pulled his pants down. I was about to castrate him, but he punched me in the face and ran. I wasn't able to catch him, but something else did. David, the painting of the humanoid goat monster, had escaped from his canvas and took physical form. He stood about 7 feet tall. He cornered Evan and tore him limb from limb. I know you might not believe this. Even I think it sounds crazy, but it's the truth. That's when Lola walked back in. She saw Evan's body on the floor and David. He grabbed her and lifted her up, about to do the same as her, as he did to Evan. She screamed and struggled to get away. I tried and begged for him to not kill her. He held her up to me, telling me that I had one more last chance to kill her. He told me to take the knife and kill her. The possession came back. I took my knife and aimed at her throat. She begged for her life. I kept trying to break free, but I couldn't. Before I could stab her, something else grabbed me from behind. I collapsed to the ground. David dropped Lola, and she ran out the door and got away. David collapsed just as I did, as if he felt the knife go in his back. I looked behind me. It was Billy. Billy had taken physical form, and well, in his human form, he looked like my past self, but his eyes were missing, just as they were painted. He stopped me from killing the only human being I really cared about. I passed out. Upon waking up, the knife was back. I passed out. Upon waking up, the knife wound in my back was gone, and so were David and Billy. Even their torn up canvases were gone. I felt the powers had disappeared. I guess I was finally able to break free. I was a prophet. I was born to kill others and send them to hell. They made me become a painter so I can unleash them onto the world. I was just a stepping stone for them to make their way into the real world at the same time. It was me who created them, and it was only me who could destroy them. They manipulated the world around me. I killed my family as a kid. After that, they lost control over me. I wouldn't be surprised if they were causing my drug addiction. Trying to keep my mind busy while they took control. I guess it didn't work. They made sure I would get a job at the cafe with a creepy manager who would drive me mad. Maybe that's why things have gotten worse when I quit. They put a wall around me so I could never be caught by the police. That might explain a lot. This will be my final update. I'm Archer Hives. I killed my mother, father, sister, and even my dog. I butchered them with a knife. I killed 2 robbers. One of them torn apart and the other one was hit in the head with a hammer. I killed a prostitute by cutting her open and ripping out her insides. I carved a teenage boy's face out. I killed 2 more teenage boys with a pair of scissors to the eye. I butchered alive 3 pot dealers who snuck into my house. I slashed some guy's throat and let him die in the dumpster behind my house. I sliced one man's wrists while he was tied down and let him bleed to death. I stuck a knife in a dog's throat. And I killed a girl with a knife in the brain. These are all of my victims. They're all in hell right now, and you can't save them. I'm sorry for all of it. I wish I could take it back, but I can't. When I'm done typing this, I will join them. I'm really glad I bought this pistol. Once I'm dead, people will know what I've done and who I am. I am one's paranoia. I am another one's joke. I am your shadow. I am the nightmare. And there will be many more when I'm gone. So that's I'm a Nightmare. It was kind of long. Hope you guys are still with me. Sorry about that, fellas and ladies. How about some Burt's Bees for the lips? Why no talking? Why has everybody gone silent? I hope Hope comes back. We are here. How'd y'all like that story? Was that any good? This story is called Closing Time. It says this page isn't redirected properly. It's kind of funny because it's closed. Try this again. There it goes. Catch a few nightmares on my own. Go to bed now. It's 10 to 2 a.m. over here. Oh. What's ironic? McSoy. Crossroads. Night Rain. Oh, there's a next to this. Oh. Night night. Oh yeah, no, yeah. That's right. Oh, did y'all hear that? That was my neck. That felt nice. Tale of the Hash Singing Slasher. No, I don't think I have. Good concept. Oh, that's awesome. This one's called Seven Gates of Hell. I don't know if I should read it because people kind of complained about it. We may come back to this one. The Abstract Man. Sweet dreams, Ferdy. Oh, people said it's not well written. Analog. Based on a true story. That's scrolling noises. I'm still scrolling to the bottom. Do something different with your audio. Sounds a little crisper than normal. It's a good thing. I don't know. I don't think so. I'm probably not doing vocal fry talking like this. I'm just whispering. That may be it. I wish they rated these things a little bit better. People like this one. Hey, mama. Everybody say hi to my mama. I have better headphones on, maybe. Here's the story. Yeah, but people usually rate them, especially on this creepypasta wiki. This one's called Arizona. Here we go. For her birthday, I took my girl Katie to Arizona so we could stay with some of her friends of hers and spend a few weeks partying and getting crazy and stuff before heading back to school for the year. Let me see if I can turn my volume up. Is that better? What's up, Ernie? Oops, 50. If you're not the real Ernie, don't troll everybody or I'll kick you out. Is that better, Cougar? I'll start over. For her birthday, I took my girl Katie to Arizona so we could stay with some of her friends of hers, spend a few weeks partying and getting crazy and stuff before heading back to school for the year. We drove up in my dad's car. It was a really old Ford make. It's pretty beat up. The roads were bumpy and long. Our relationship seemed the strongest on the road. We were really in love, and that was the first time I realized that I've never truly been in love before. We were about halfway there when we realized we were going to run out of gas. Long before the nearest petrol pump. Gas station. Don't be a jerk. Katie's head was out the window, sunglasses on in the blistering heat outside. Nothing but the wind, desert landscape to be seen in all directions. The wild. Chingo, a la verga. I need to learn how to speak English. Or read it. Nothing but the wild desert landscape to be seen in all directions. We became frantic. We hadn't seen another car on the road in almost an hour. What if we broke down out there in the middle of the desert with no food or water, with no one out there to help us? I sped up slightly, driven by these fears. It was then we came across a gas station smack in the middle of nowhere, in dry, empty nowhere. It was an old worn down servo. Long yellow grass blew in the breeze beneath it. Outside were 2 rusted gas pumps. At first I didn't know if it was occupied. It seemed so lifeless. But as I pulled up and saw the petrol stains in the dirt, we were convinced otherwise. Katie started refilling the car, and I went inside to pay and grab something to eat on the road. When I first went to open the door, it jammed. This perturbed me, so I looked at it inside to check. Looked at the sign to check. There was a reassurance that the store was open. According to the torn sign that hung between the dull yellow curtains, the door window, I pushed harder and harder with effort to go in the shop. Inside was totally abandoned. I left to run and left to ruin. I read the last one pretty good. Complete aisles lay on the grounds. The fridges were smashed and we're gonna try that again. The fridges were smashed and the glass coated on the floor. Despite the brightness outside, the interior of the gas station was dark and bitterly cold. Then there came from behind me this quiet weeping, like a child. I felt my heart raced. It was coming from the back room. I stepped over the smashed glass and twisted the metal remnants of the door. Over there were patches of grass had grown through. I ran my hand along the wall and felt it crisscross between ivy beneath my fingers. It was overgrown. There came the crying again. And now I was facing the back room door. It was directly in front of me. I pushed the door open, and it creaked with rust in the joints. Inside lay several wooden steps to a basement. It was pitch black. The smell was horrific. The drip drop of water alerted me to the fact that the basement was flooded. The water was up to my knees. Again, there came the crying. A small splash from the far corner of the basement. "Hello?" I called out. "Is anyone there?" "Hey, Mama." I started approaching the corner. Don't call me Wes, call me Chappie, crazy. Wesley's my chair's name. I started approaching the corner. The smell was horrible. The cold water eventually got to me. The sobbing was getting louder. In the corner, I saw something move amongst the shadows. "Hello?" I called again. "What's wrong?" I finally reached the corner, still dark. Had to bend down to avoid the pipes. There was leaking down my back and trickling down my spine. The figure in front of me was very small and black, hunched over, sobbing quietly, head in its hands. "Why are you down here?" I whispered. Then it stopped moving completely. It was totally still. All noise seemed to cease, but for the quiet dripping of the broken pipe somewhere behind me. I outstretched my arms to touch the tiny shoulder, but then it began to slowly turn in my direction, to look me eye to eye. As its face swiveled around to look into mine, I remember screaming. I swing my head in recoil, cracking down on the pipes up above. The face was white as a sheet, pale like a hideous moving mask. The eyes and mouth were completely black holes, huge and widened. Even as I looked at them, they were so huge, they almost consumed its entire face. As I desperately tried to escape, it splashed towards me at a rapid speed, uncurling its long, thin fingers. It was wailing now, staring at me with its huge black eyes, and it scrambled up the stairs with great difficulty. I scrambled up the stairs with great difficulty. I read with great difficulty. Hey, Alex. As my legs began to give way beneath me, it sprinted out of the water and up the stairs towards me. I slammed the door, flipped the lock, and tore out of the store into the old Ford. Katie began to laugh when she saw me, jeans wet, trembling in the sweat soaking my chest. I grabbed her and screamed for her to drive. For about an hour, I could barely tell her what happened to me in the store. She listened and gave me she listened and gave me a look of sheer horror. Then I finally gave in and told her everything. She pulled the car to the side of the road and began to cry herself. I asked her what was wrong. She said, "I saw something while you were gone, when you were in the store. I was just putting the pump back down. I saw a little girl and a man, a father, I guess. The father stared at me with blank eyes and a hanging jaw, but the girl, oh God, the girl, she was staring back at me, grinning with this huge smile that just stretched so far across her face. I couldn't see her hair, any hair on her. Her skin was so dark, not dark like color dark, but dark like a shadow, and her smile just shone through the window. I convinced myself that it was a trick of the eye and looked away. When I looked back, they were gone. Then a little later, you came back out. It was dusk. It was dusk by now. We had nowhere to stay. We had not traveled nearly as much as we hoped that day. The nearest motel meant going back to past the gas station, so we just drove up the roadside where we were. In the clearing away up, where people camped sometimes, we had obviously come by the night after a big party. There was broken glass everywhere. When we arrived, however, it was empty. After a while, I tried to reassure her that everything was okay. I calmed her down, put my arms around her, and we started to kiss. I moved to get closer when she suddenly screamed like hell itself. It's her," she screeched, fumbling to start the engine. I turned in time to witness a small black face grinning literally ear to ear, with only darkness inside. It was crawling into the car through the open window, with its limbs splayed out like an insect. It had too many limbs, way too many long arms, the fingers feeling my face like an antenna. We sped off, back down the road. Back on the road, nothing seemed right. There were no stars. That was what I noticed first. I was too shaken to think much of it. But there were no clouds that could be blotting them out. There was just a vast night sky, devoid of all light. Then, a few minutes after we began driving forward, still sweating and breathing heavy, we passed a gas station. My heart skipped a beat. The gas station was at least a half an hour away in the opposite direction. All the lights were on. I saw the door slit open. As we shot past it, Katie was in such hysterics she found it hard to keep driving. We stopped the car in the middle of the desolate road. I decided we should switch seats so that I could drive. She shuffled across her seat to mine. I opened the door to get out. As soon as I was outside, the foul stench of the basement overwhelmed me. I gagged, then vomited down the side of the car. It was then I noticed a runner, a pale white thing, sprinting towards us in the fog. The limbs practically a blur. I could make out no face. How long had it been following us, running after us in the night? I got into the driver's seat as quick as possible, and we drove again, not talking. Katie whimpered and silently prayed. Then we passed a gas station again. The door was open. There were 2 figures standing at the door waiting. As we forced ourselves on, we both came aware of a soft, barely audible weeping in the back seat. Neither of us dared to turn around. "Ignore it," I whimpered. My trembling hands gripped the steering wheel. Katie was curled in the fetal position, holding her head with her hands. The wailing increased, becoming extremely loud, ear-piercing, and horrific. Finally, I ordered myself to end it and looked behind me. For a split second, I thought it was a girl in a white dress looking back at me. But she was gone as soon as she had appeared. I checked the seats carefully. There was nothing. In my tiredness and fear, I had completely lost track of the road. I drove on, and through the night, Katie whimpered. I touched her once, but she screamed. I never tried again after that. The noise from the back seat started again. We passed the gas station twice more. The people were at the door were clearer every time. The finest slither of red light had begun to settle on the horizon. It was still dark as hell, but at least I was able to see the road ahead of me now. Katie had been silent, face concealed under her hands for some times. I decided to check on the time, so I turned on the radio. At first there was static. Instead of time or anything at all, the digital clock simply appeared black. I fiddled with the dial, trying to change the station. In between the static, I found one audible channel. It had a high-pitched buzz in the background. Writer's note, UB76? I don't know. A man was muttering names and numbers under his breath. 29 Lucy, 30 Adam, 31 Katie. I switched back to the static. I knew which name was next. When we got to Katie's friend's house, it was morning. It was overcast, and everywhere had smelled of rain on it. Her friends weren't home. Katie's friends lived way out of the country, with no one else around in a mile. The grass was climbing the walls outside. How long have they been out? As soon as we were inside, Katie started whimpering again. I realized that while she had been silent, she was biting her lip. Blood was trickling down her chin, and around her mouth was torn and chewed through. She grabbed the newspaper and some masking tape off the table and began blocking off the windows. After the night's events, I don't know whether I would be insane to join her or to stop her. I simply watched. She covered the windows, jammed the doors and lights off. For some time, I could have been minutes or hours, we sat in the dark. I offered to turn on the television. Katie said nothing. Sitting blank and comatose, I turned on the television anyway. A grainy black and white image flickered to life before us. A white face with empty eyes and a possibly huge smile flashed up. The face was growing wider and wider across. We stared into it. There came the sound of weeping from the television, or in the house, I couldn't tell. We turned off the TV. It's been 3 whole days now. I haven't seen Katie all day. She spent her time in the closet, crying. I once tore the door open and screamed at her. She screamed back, her face contorting into something grotesque and inhuman. I slammed it in her face. The phone rings. Often a voice, my mother's, I believe, whispering under its breath. I can only catch snippets of what it says. Come back. You're always welcome to come back. Something in the background, I hear quiet chuckling. Sometimes in the background, I hear quiet chuckling. I hang up without saying a thing. Usually,
The bathroom is shining white. I hear the shower running and will walk in to find nothing at all. Then, when I'm in the bathroom, I will hear the television flick back on. It always goes to that face in the background. There are muttering voices now. I've called the police twice. All I can get is a whispering woman's voice. I called Katie's friends too, just as fruitless. There are knocks at the door, a lot of them. A lot now. Sorry. Through the newspaper on the other side of the window, I can see hands slam across the glass and slide down. They do this for hours on end sometimes. They press their eyes to the glass. Through the holes in the newspaper, at night we hear screaming from the guest room. I boarded it up. Sometimes I find the tiniest pieces of glass on the ground. A leak sprang up about a day ago in the room downstairs. Black spots of mold appeared on the walls. There is a smell throughout the house, seeping from the room now. The odor of decay. I pray hopelessly and wish, I swear to God I wish, that I'd never gotten out of that car. That's, maybe he hit his head. I don't know. How'd y'all like that one? So what you folks up to? I got some almonds.
Survived on toe warmers and blankets. Had no power for 6 days. Missed several streams. Holy crap. I'm sorry to hear that, buddy. I'm very sorry to hear that. Where do you live? Up north? That's terrible. Why is nobody talking? You guys are crazy. If y'all don't talk, I won't talk. Wow, crazy story. No, you're crazy cheeky. Oh yeah, picturing it. Middle of Michigan. Wow. Oh. Felt like I was in the story itself. Ooh. What's up, Civ? Alex, if you don't have to live in Michigan, you should live in like Florida or Texas or something. Sorry guys, I just got really hungry. I don't know why. Hope you'll forgive me. Everybody's being quiet. We got 11 people in here. I'm just looking for some stories. Hey Pip, what's happening? I was gonna get some cigarettes and ice cream sandwich today. Civ, we're always hiring down here. I mean, Texas, you kind of have to apply to be in Texas. Florida, you have to pass a crazy test. Texas, you got to shoot targets. I don't like the rules, bud. I was grandfathered in for the crazy test in Florida. And then I was in the military when I came to Texas, so, you know. That'd be really funny if that was true. Really got the munchies. I'm not even high. Jeez. Alright. Ooh. Sorry to hear that, bud. It was actually beautiful today in Texas. I know people that don't have anything to talk about usually talk about the weather. I apologize. But it was like 60 degrees today here in Odessa. It's like 50 degrees now. I would say it's chilly, but it's not. You guys have it much worse. Dang, that's warm. It is short sleeve weather. Alex, have a good night. Oh, that's weird. Sunny in England. Boxer and briefs weather. Ooh. So it's called Death Wish. People gave it good reviews. Here we go. I groaned and rolled over to turn my alarm off. My head remained on the pillow as I glared at it. Enthusiasm to turn off quickly fading away. As I tried to drift back to sleep, my eyes snapped open again as it repeated its droning. Shut the hell up, goddammit, I snapped, sitting upright with rage. I turned the knob on the back of it. It finally stopped. I groaned and stood up, brushed the dark bangs out of my eyes, and accumulated my school clothes.
I staggered to the bathroom, turning on the water. As the warm water ran down my back, forcing my nerves to actually feel something, felt like I was being watched. I pulled the shower curtain open a bit. Nothing there. Just me being paranoid as usual. I closed my eyes and feel myself drift into sleep again. No, I muttered to myself. I shut off the water and wrung my hair out. I dried myself off quickly and threw my clothes back on. I looked at myself in the mirror. I almost screamed. I lifted my trembling hand to my face and stroked my eyelid. I shut my eyes and opened it again. They were still ice blue cold. Completely opposite from last night, from what I was aware of. They were amber last night. I'm seeing things, I thought to myself. No, you're not, an unfamiliar voice in my head ringed. What the hell? I said out loud. You okay, honey? My mom shouted upstairs. Yeah, I'm completely fine. I stuttered, trying to convince myself. I brushed my hair and added another layer of deodorant. Then I snatched my backpack and stumbled down the stairs. Bye, Mom, as I opened up the garage and jumped on my bike. As I was biking, some of the people were giving me looks. In fact, some people fell off the sidewalk. I locked my bike and slowly walked to the door of my school. People stared at me like I was a circus animal. A group of boys ogled me, which was unusual for me. Take a picture, it'll last longer, I growled at them. I walked up to my best friend Edward. Hey, Edward. Hey, Aviva, he said back, awfully pale. And my name isn't Aviva. As I walked down the hall, people looked at me as if they'd seen a ghost. Kate? I asked my other friend. Aviva, she said, deadly pale like the others. Are you sick or something? I asked her. Aren't you supposed to be dead? She asked back. Aren't you supposed to be in Fucktardsville? I said back defensively. She stepped out of my way. Aviva? Rebecca? Another one of my arch enemies asked me. Are you fucking blind? It's Luna. She looked at me. She looked like me, as if I had just asked advice from a test from a doctor. She looked at me like if I had just asked, like I just tried to ask for advice from a dog while taking a test. That's the gist of that one. Retarded. That's not my word, theirs. Oh well, I stuffed my hands in my pockets, opened the locker, which was right across from Rebecca's. I grabbed my math book and dropped it on my messenger bag. Behind my math book was a little newspaper article. 15-year-old Aviva Scheller was found dead in her boyfriend's room. Authorities say she was stabbed 35 times in the chest by a kitchen knife. No suspects in custody. If you see anyone suspicious, please call 911. The article was ripped hazardously, as if the person who ripped it was in a hurry. I felt my heart slow down, then rise up twice average rate. I dug through my locker for more evidence, ignoring the scrawl of the back of my locker. A small message written in Sharpie, a CD under it. I picked up the note and read it. Roses are red, violets are blue. My soul chose a host. My soul chose a host, and sadly it's you. At that point, my heart rose to 180 beats per minute. I weakly picked up the disc and slid it into the laptop, which I had lodged in my locker. Windows Media Player popped open. I cringed at the sight. Aviva was on her computer, Skyping with her friends. I saw her brother, Luke, creepy in the room. A scary kitchen knife that looked like it could cut flesh, as if it was melting butter. She laughed at her friends. Then Luke struck. He grabbed her neck and threw her into the chair, a sickening crack shaking the room. She was alive, but in severe pain. As she lay on the floor twitching, Luke's face contorted, as if it slightly pained him. He laughed, as he traced out the figures with the knife on her stomach. Then the film went black. Pictures emerged. Aviva was lying on the floor. Her eyes popped out of her sockets, her skin decorated with dried blood. Her entrails pulled out, laying next to her mangled body. Blonde hair was splattered with blood. I stared at her heart, which looked healthy apart from the fact that it was actually connected to nothing. It wasn't actually connected to her nor beating. I had to use every cell not to shut the computer down. Then someone messaged me in Skype. Aviva Scheller. You mustn't tell anyone nor show anyone. I didn't type back. Aviva Scheller. Swear on your life you won't. You. How did you get my Skype in the first place? Aviva Scheller. Goodbye, Luna. My computer shut down. When I tried to turn it on again, it was completely wiped. Not even the OS on it. When I tried to pop the disk out, it was shredded as if something had smashed it. Through the scratches I read LOKINURMIRRUR. Look in your mirror. Then I grabbed the mirror in my locker. I kind of wished I hadn't. I don't know if that was... I didn't get that one. Maybe it was my bad reading. But we've been going for about an hour and a half. I'm gonna run to the store and get me an ice cream sandwich and some Smokies. Would you guys hate me forever if I did that? Hey bud, pretty crappy today. Lots of coughing from the cold and this dust storm here today. I'm sorry to hear that, Jason. Jason, everybody. If you guys don't know, he has the most awesome cooking channel on the interwebs. Him and then like under him is like Greg. You know, Greg's cool, but he's no Jason. The Burt's Bees goes on the lips. Well, Jason, this is a chat. So there's that. You're in a chat right now, Jason. Just letting you know. Alright guys, you can say stuff to Jason. He's not gonna... He knows you're here. Or whatever. Is my mama still here? I don't know. Is the, well, you said thanks, Chappie. I don't think the delay's that bad. Someone count the delay for me. I'm going to say 3, 2, 1. On 1, I want you to count the delay for me. And put 1 in the chat. 3, 2, 1. I don't even know if y'all are paying attention. Oh yeah, that's a nice delay. Oh, you hug him, you'll get sick. Just warning you. I want to know if my mama's still here. Did she say goodbye? You guys see that? Oh shoot, I can't scroll up. There it goes. I want your red phone. What? Leslie, hi Holly. They did. My mom's being weird. Nice. I text my mom, make sure she's okay. Mom. Okay, killer? So if you guys don't mind hanging out for a couple minutes, I'm sorry. That's very imposing to y'all. Yeah, I just texted her. No, you go to the store. Yeah. If y'all have never had these chips, they're like the hardest things ever to crunch. They're Miss Vicky's Smokehouse Barbecue. Ermagerd. Ermagerd. You need to get some. Alright, well, let me throw some boots on.
I love my boots. They're so comfy. But I like my Converse too, but they take like 20 minutes to sew. Well, it's almost like you're sewing to lace them up. Look at that. Just that way. And it's on. The other one slides on a lot easier. Let's see here. And it's on. Alright. I'll be right back. I think the music stopped. I'll play some music for you. Oh, he just put one? Seriously? Crazy. Alright, Jason, you keep him entertained for a minute if you don't mind, if you're not too sick for that. And if you do, I'll give you the cigar. I've opened it. Maybe you don't want this cigar. I don't know. I'll be right back, guys. All right. I'm so sorry. I did not mean that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It was... No, because I turned the music up. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Cougar. Don't leave. I'm very sorry. I'm going to try to bring it up slower this time. Sorry. Hey guys, sorry about that wait. They didn't have any freaking ice cream sandwiches, so I got this instead. Don't judge me, they're delicious. Oh man. Nom, nom, nom. I won't. Do I think I'm funny now? I know I'm funny. Boots off. Oh, what did James say? James, are you trolling? Oh, there you go. It's pretty delicious. So we were up to like 12 people, and then I lost everybody when I went on break for way too long. Sorry. Guys are ridiculous. Ooh, I'm getting the pink part. There's more. Break anything you don't like. I like a lot of things though. There it goes. Pip, you still here? I bet Pip's still here. I hope Pip's still here. Hope everybody's still here, but I only got 5 people left. Yay! I didn't mean it like that, but it's how I read it. Does this work for you? Want a bite? Here. I didn't touch this end. Go ahead. Super nom. Five, four, three, two, one. Blast off. It may have the same dopamine response, but it doesn't do the same thing. Such a nom, guys. Oh, I'm back up to 8. Like, oh, Chappie's got ice cream. Let's see him watch him. Let's watch him eat it. Sugar is the devil. Odessa, we have a problem. Mayday. What's the problem, buddy? Está bueno? Aquí? Or... Are you okay, bud? I worry about you sometimes, you know that? I worry about you. So we'll get back to reading stories here in a second. After I took 20 minutes to get back. Now I'm eating my ice cream. I didn't smoke though. I haven't smoked in 2 hours, at least. More than that. Whatever my drive home was. Because I had a cigarette right before that. It'll give you the diabetes. It can. Too much of anything will hurt you. about me enough. Maybe I give you more credit than you deserve. No. Cougar, dangerous. It's weird. Ever since I started these streams, I just want ice cream all the time. I'm not much of an ice cream eater. It's weird. But here lately. Maybe it's because I stopped drinking soda so much. Like, this is taking me like 2 or 3 days to drink. Hope we lost somebody. Womp womp. I don't know who. Ow, 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 ow. I don't know who, but we did. Ice cream is there to offset the creepy stories. Maybe, but you don't have to walk outside my door. It's effing creepy outside. It's all like poorly lit and stuff, and there's cat meows and people. Just, it's creepy out there. Trust me. You have if you check out my old streams. I was on my phone going like this. I got this bottle of water. Looks normal enough, right? No, it's shrugging. It's like, meh. I had to get it because it's just had such character. Outside status. Effing creepy. It really is. It's pretty creepy out there. This morning I heard like a cat scream. You know how cats like they go nuts. I didn't turn around. I didn't want to know what was trying to get me to turn around. Hey mom. That's my mom, people. Be nice to her or I'll hurt you. I cut you so bad. I cut you so bad. You wish I didn't cut you so bad. Puts the Burt's Bees on its lips. Burt's Bees. So yeah. Boy, Cheppy's mom. So we were telling stories, or I was telling stories. Y'all was listening. Not reading a non-safe for work one. I already did one of those today. Oh, jeez. It's long. The Bold Man. It's definitely not me. Mom says hi. We're changing from Demon Devil. We're gonna change to maybe if my computer stopped freaking out. It's on its break now. Find the Po story. I've already told that one. Told that one on one of my earlier streams. I may not remember every story I tell, but I do remember some of them. What the crap, Firefox. I probably gotta close you. Guys, music's gonna have to... I don't even know if music's still going. No. Let me restart Firefox. Oh. Am I freezing up? My computer is... Yeah, everything's freezing. Let me, close Firefox. Yeah, it's definitely a, yeah, it froze for a second. Sorry about that, guys. I know. I saw it. Let's see, is it still, yep, still freezing. What else is sucking up my memories? I don't know what's happening. Yeah, sorry guys. I'm trying to close all the things that holy crap, my computer is going crazy. Sorry guys, if y'all can still hear me. I may have to restart my stream. Nope. I'm trying to control delete, bud. I don't know what happened. There's still video audio feed. I'm gonna have to restart my computer because it's really wigging out. So if y'all would like to rejoin my feed, you want to give me a couple minutes? I'll be right back because my computer is chugging so freaking hard right now. So be right back. Ooh, what's that? That's some of my creepy hair. It just does that. Like this hair's being good, and this hair's like, "What's up, guys? I'm creepy hair." All right, guys. Probably is. Maybe it's that fan I never installed. I'll be right back.